What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got something a little different for you. It's not so much Diamond Dynasty, well, really not Diamond Dynasty at all. Today I'm bringing you a franchise rebuild. It's something I've kind of dabbled in before, and I want to kind of just see how you guys react to it. If you guys want to see more, let me know. And I figured we'd kind of start with a fun team that just needs a little bit of extra help. So let's get into that, and let's see where we can take them. Okay. So we are going to be using the Los Angeles Angels, who have one of the best, arguably, if not the best, player in the league right now, and that is Mike Trout, obviously. You know, with just a little bit of help, it seems like this team might just be able to do something. Obviously, the pitching isn't there. They need the help. They've got a lot of money on the books, and we're going to help this team get where they need to be so Mike Trout can make it to the playoffs. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to hop right in. I'm going to turn ignore budgets off because obviously, as you know, with the MLB, you know, there's the salary cap. Teams spend above it all the time. What we will do is we know this. I know what the salary cap is. I know where we need to be, but I will make sure that we're not really like I'm not going to go and get every person that wants $35 million a year. I'm not going to do that, but we're going to try to spend more than the not that. We're pretty much just going to try to make sure that we're spending, but I'm not going to just go and overspend and buy every superstar player. So that's the only thing I'm going to turn on. The rest is going to be normal. We're just going to turn this off because that rule's done. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so here we are. Obviously, we're in the AL West with the A's, the Astros, the Mariners, and the Rangers. With the Astros pretty much running the division, obviously, these last couple of years, the Athletics are kind of on top too. We are going to look to take over the division. So I would say the first thing we need to look at is this depth chart and figure out what we need. So I would say this team, besides center field and third base, and even second base, third base, and center field, are probably the safest. Obviously, you know, you have Mike Trout, you've got Rendon, you've got Dylan Bundy. The rest, I think, needs help. So we are going to go and do that, and obviously, you know, pitching-wise, you know, you have Dylan Bundy, who has been pretty good for the Angels, but he's not an ace. You've got Shohei, who we will obviously keep, and hopefully we can see what he will do. I mean, he's pretty good, and we're going to look to keep him. Other than that, this team needs a complete rehaul. Even the bullpen, I mean, the bullpen's not horrible, but obviously can use some work. So that's exactly what we're going to go do. And we're going to hop right into making trades. Honestly, the first thing we're going to look to do is kind of try to pick up some starters. I'm going to see what we can get, and then I'll be right back. All right, so actually the first thing I decided to go and do is trade away Albert Pujols. Obviously, the Angels just released him, but if you go and release him, we still are going to owe him a bunch of money this year. So rather than having to owe him that money, we're gonna move the budget away off this team. I went and found starting pitcher. He's kind of young. He's got really good potential. So I'm kind of just looking at this as a salary dump, and obviously the Angels needing a pitcher. Whether he even plays, we don't know yet. But this is just going to be something we do to, like I said, get rid of that $24 million that we owe Albert Pujols for the year. We're going to be trading him, Phil Gosselin, and Randall Pullison for DL Hall, plain and simple. And that is going to get rid of a lot of money that we had on our books. So if we look at our budget, actually, that is, you know, we're still very high, but with the 2021 threshold being at 219, we're only paying 175. We've got plenty of money. Obviously, there's not many free agents. I think the only really good free agent, if we look at it, I think Ozuna is there, which we're going to sign, plain and simple. Not for that much money, though. How old is... We'll give him a 4-year... what's he looking for? He's looking for 12.2, so we'll bring it down to 12.2, but I'm not going to go any higher than... I'll give him that. Okay, so... Perfect. We've got Roberto Ozuna in the bullpen. That immediately helps. Let's just make sure he is in... We've got to move him to the MLB. Okay, we got to put him on the 40-man roster first. And now we move him to the MLB. Okay, so now Roberto Ozuna is in our bullpen. That immediately solidifies it a little better with... We still have Raisel Iglesias, who we might be able to move on. Maybe we'll keep him. bunch of these guys, I do think we definitely need help. And then obviously the pitching in general on this team just needs help. So that's what we're going to continue to focus on. And with how wacky the trade logic is on this game, I guarantee we can find something very stupid that we can take advantage of. And I'm going to go look for that guy. So again, I'll be back when I find him. All right, so we've finally got one. The first guy we're going to be bringing in is a starting pitcher. It's going to be Lucas Giolito, obviously one of the best arms in baseball right now. We're going to be giving up that starting pitcher that we traded for, another starting pitcher, Jose Rodriguez, and then a shortstop, Jeremiah Jackson, for Lucas Giolito straight up. Well, obviously not straight up because it's a 3-for-1, but it's going to give us another starter to help us. So already, that starting rotation is already looking a little better. You've got Shohei, Dillon, and then we'll have to move Giolito in. So already, obviously, this pitching rotation looking just a little bit better. There's a lot more work that needs to be done. Right now it's going to come through trades, obviously, until we kind of get to free agency. So I'm going to put some deals together, and I'll kind of just keep cutting to when those deals are in. All right, so here's another quick one. We're going to be giving up Andrew Heaney, Andrew Wantz, and Chris Rodriguez, all starting pitchers within the system. And we're going to be getting Blake Snell in return. It's another solid piece for our starting rotation. So again, if we kind of go give that a look. So now we've got Snell, Giolito, we've got Bundy, we've got Ohtani, and Quintana. We'll kind of obviously continue to make moves, and I'll see you when those are done as well. Okay, and just like that, we've got another starting pitcher deal. We're going to be bringing in Mike Soroka. We're giving away Dylan Bundy, Griffin Canning, Jose Suarez. I know we're giving up a lot of starters, especially like throughout the entire organization, but when we're trying to just be as good as possible right away, it kind of takes some give. So now when you go and look at our pitching rotation, I think it's solid. We got to move Mike Soroka over. You've got Giolito, you've got Soroka, we've got Shohei, Blake Snell, and Quintana. Obviously, I don't think we're really all that done yet, because I think we still kind of need like that solid ace, if you would say. I don't really think we have one just yet. Obviously, a very good rotation, but I think we can still make some moves, and obviously the bullpen still needs some help, so we're going to go and look at making those, and then, again, I will cut right to those. All right, so, this works for me. We're going for a catcher here, and we're trading catcher heavy. We're going to be giving up Max Stassi, Anthony Ben Boom, and Lane Huffman, bringing in Yasmani Grandal. We're going to make that trade immediately, and that's immediately going to make us better at the catcher position, leaving us with Kurt Suzuki as a backup, which isn't horrible, but, and obviously Yasmani is a little bit older, but I think for at least this year, maybe another or two, will still be very usable. So that solves that situation. Like I said, I think we're good at second. I think we're good at third. We're going to want to upgrade our shortstop. And I think, Upton's going to have to be a piece we move on from. Jose Iglesias might be usable. We'll see. But other than that, I would say the only other positions we really need to upgrade are first base, shortstop, left, and right field. And then I think we're good from there. So I'm going to kind of just go make some trades, and I'll see you when I'm done with everything in general, and we'll kind of start to sim. All right, so this is going to be the team for this season. We've got Stanton, Trout, Robert, Voit, Fletcher, Bichette, Rendon, Snell, Giolito, Ryu, Soroka, Ohtani, Grandal, and Edwin batting in the DH spot for us. The bullpen I kind of didn't really go after much because I figured this team would really be able to put something together. And hopefully we can make something happen here. We'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to start the sim, and then we'll see where we are about midseason. All right, so here we are at the trade deadline, and we are 73-32, 11.5 up on the division. We went on some massive winning streaks, and even those, yes, we've lost 32 games, and obviously it's much less than the rest, but those games are very close that could have been won. So all we're really going to do right now is kind of just go through and look at how everyone's doing, and see where we can kind of improve. David Fletcher not doing too bad. Edwin, for a DH, not doing horrible. Mike Trout, obviously wonderful, 330, those 34 home runs. Anthony Rendon batting very well. Luke Voit doing okay. Robert doing the same, pretty okay. Grandal okay. Stanton okay. So a lot of okay, but still very good. Let's go look at the pitching rotation. Blake Snell could be better, not horrible. Mike Soroka doing very well. Giolito very well. Ryu very well. And then we got Shohei, who seems to be struggling, so I don't want to get rid of him, But like I would assume there's a point where we say, okay, enough's enough. Maybe move him into the lineup as more of a hitter. We'll see what happens probably at the end of this year and go from there. Yeah, so I don't really know. We'll take a look at the trade block. I wish we could get a guy like Shane Bieber. That'd be awesome. One thing we also do have to look at is the bullpen. Let's see how the bullpen's doing. 2.5, okay, 8-2, not bad. Not horrible, not bad, not bad. Okay, bad. Not bad and not bad. So really Mike Mayers is the only one struggling. So we're gonna kind of move him out of that role. I just don't think he can really handle it. We're gonna put where did Rice sell it? I think we traded Iglesias away, that's right. But other than that, I think the team's doing very well. I don't see why we can't continue to steamroll through the league. I guess if we want, we can kind of try to make some trades. Let's see what I can get from the trade block, and I will update you if we make any moves here. Okay, and just like that, we are going to bring in Blake Trinan, so that immediately helps the bullpen, and we traded away Mike Mayers, who wasn't doing too hot, so that gets rid of our problem, brings in Blake Trinan right there off the block. Don't really see anybody else I'm all that interested in, so I was going to try to trade for Shane Bieber, but their injury situation won't let me, so we're just going to keep moving on. I'm going to sim to the end of the year, and I'll see you there. All right, so here we are in the playoffs. We finished as the best team in the American League. We won our division, obviously. See if we can go look at so we'll take a look at the standings. So we finished 108-54, 14 games above the Astros, okay, so they are in the wild card. So they did make the playoffs possibly. So we're going to be playing either Boston or Houston. And then on the other side, we got Chicago and New York. Then you got Cincinnati and Atlanta. And then San Diego will be playing the winner of the Dodgers and the Mets. Going to be interesting. Let's just kind of advance day by day, see what happens. It looks like we don't have anything just yet. And the Mets beat the Dodgers. That is insane because when I noticed as we were simming, we were not playing well against the Dodgers, so that automatically eliminates probably what I see as our biggest threat here. And it looks like we're going to be playing Houston. So now we have our official matchups. We got Chicago, New York, Houston and us, Cincinnati and Atlanta, and then we have the New York Mets and San Diego. So we're just going to go to the calendar. We're going to sim day by day. So we got Blake Snell versus Framber Valdez. And we get the win. We got Soroka versus Greinke. We get the win. And then we have Giolito versus Urquidy. And we win. We sweep the Astros, taking a 3 out of 5. And now we've got the New York Yankees. They, let's see, what did they do? So they also swept. The only series we don't have an answer to yet is the Mets in San Diego. So we're going to head right back. So we got Ryu versus Cole. We get the win. We get Ohtani versus Severino. We win there. Game 4, we got Soroka versus Kluber. We got a win there. We got one more win and win in the World Series. We got Giolito versus Cole. And we get the win. We are moving on to the World Series against the San Diego Padres in year 1. So we've got Ryu, Darvish. We get the win. We've got Ohtani, Lamet. We get the win. Snell, Clevenger. Yo, we are 3-0. We are 1 game away from a world title. Soroka, Paddock. Lost. Giolito, Musgrove. Giolito, come on, buddy. You got to pitch like life is impending on your pitching ability to go and win this game so we can win the World Series in year 1, folks. Year 1. Sim through. I did it. I did it. Oh, I did it. I did it. The Angels have won the World Series, as you can tell. And just like that, this rebuild is over. I promise you, not every rebuild is going to be that easy. Who knows if I'll even post any more of these. If you guys do want to see more of these, let me know. Obviously. We're going to keep going. All right, so here we are in free agency. If we take a look at our budget, we're at 181 million, and the 2022 threshold is 226. So we got about $45 million, I'd say we can spend. Obviously, we have a bunch of big contracts already with Trout, Rendon, Ryu, Stanton, Grandal. Ozuna's got a larger contract, Snell. But obviously, we still have a bunch of money, so we're going to try to make those moves where we need it. So if we really take a look at our depth chart, I mean, I really don't know where we need it. You know, this team is very good. I mean, winning the World Series, what do you really expect to do, you know? I'm going to just kind of look around and see if we can find somebody in free agency that I think would be beneficial to this team, and go from there. Actually, I think one that we really could bring in is Noah Syndergaard. How old is he? He's 28. I don't see why not. I say we offer him a big old deal. I really don't. It seems he likes the smaller deal, and we're going to be able to bring the amount down because he's only looking for that 25.9. I'll give him 26. So right now that puts us in the lead. I would also like to get a guy like Herbie Yates, even if it's on a 1-year deal. I'll give him a little bit more. I'll give him $9 million just to kind of sweeten the pot, get him in our bullpen hopefully. I think a lot of free agency is going to be relievers. Because, I mean, honestly, obviously a guy like Trevor Story would be amazing. Or, you know, Clayton Kershaw would be amazing. But Clayton Kershaw is going to regress very fast. Trevor Story would be a nice one. He's 29. I really don't see anybody else that makes us better. I mean, obviously some of these guys would. You know, let's make an offer, I guess. What did we offer already? We've got $35 million in pending offers. I say we just kind of throw a bag here and go from there. I'm going to just give him a little bit more than he wants. I'll give him 110. So that'll be the last. Obviously, we're a little bit over what we want to spend now. That'll bring us over the cap. Honestly, you don't even know if we're going to get all those, but let's see what we're going to get. So we do end up getting Story, 5 years, 110. We also threw offers. Let's see who else we're going to get. We also get Syndergaard on his deal, so that's nice. And then we also get Kirby Yates. So the 3 guys we look to sign, we are just gonna. I'm gonna pretty much sim the rest. I'll go through arbitration, and I'll be back in a second. What? Whoops. I did a whoopsie. I didn't realize Bo was a free agent. So, yeah, we don't have Bo Bichette. Good thing we signed Trevor Story. Because now we're going to need him to play shortstop. Whoops. Didn't even realize. That's completely on me. I'm going to sim the offseason, and I'll see you guys at the beginning of the next season. All right, so we do have some awards from last season. World Series MVP goes to Mike Trout. Playoff MVP goes to Mike Trout. Hank Aaron Award goes to Mike Trout. American League MVP goes to Mike Trout. Silver Slugger goes to Mike Trout. And Triple Crown goes... Okay, so Mike Trout pretty much just swept all the awards. Awesome. So, we are here in the next season. I'm going to call it here. Just going to take a quick look at our depth chart just to kind of show everybody where we're... So, this is where we're at, everybody. I think still a great team, and it's going to be great into the next couple of years, but I'm going to call it here. Somehow, we also signed Miguel Cabrera, I guess. That's a great... Okay. So, yeah. I think this team has the complete chance to run it back, and I hope we do so. This was a lot of fun to go in and rebuild, like I said. I don't think not every one of these rebuilds is going to be the easiest like this was, and we're not going to win the World Series in year 1 every time. I wanted to start with a somewhat easier team. And it's crazy to see that when you look down the line a couple of years, this team is pretty much still the same. Obviously, we'll have to re-sign people because, contracts and stuff, but the main starters, like you'll have Voit, Fletcher, Story, Rendon, Stanton, Trout, Robert, even a couple of years down the line from now, some of them. But obviously, with contracts, that'll all start to fill in again better. But other than that, like I said, I'm going to end it here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is obviously a longer type video. If you made it this far, thank you so much. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on, drop a like down below, comment down below, maybe another team you guys want to see, or if maybe you guys want to see me continue with the Angels, let me know, because, I'd be down to run it back. Or comment, like I said, comment down below what other teams you want to see. Comment down below what other types of videos you guys want to see. I do have some kind of written off to the side here that I want to try to do. I just figured let's get the ball rolling, and I figured I'd start with this. This was a lot of fun, like I said. So Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.